So today's subject is going to be self-care, and I'm going to hand over to one of my newer guides who is a mentor and lecturer in the halls of learning, and he's going to have a little chat about self-care. And as we all know, as light workers and mediums, we tend to not look after ourselves. Healers, even more so, because we're so busy serving everyone that we get in the way. I'm going to hand over to him and we'll see what he has to say. Yes, thank you very much. So, what I would like to cover today is what you need to do to stop yourself causing issues with your health. I know you may think, oh, I'm physically okay, I'm mentally okay, but when you really look, how is your sleep pattern? How are you eating? How much time are you spending outdoors? How much time are you spending doing things that you love? These things are what you should be doing to keep your energy happy and vibrant. We say happy and vibrant because your energy is a living being. It is a part of you. It is a part of you that allows you to exist. Because otherwise, if you did not have your soul, your spirit, many people use different terms to animate this physical form that you're in, it would just be as it is, a lump of meat that has nothing to make it work. Because without something to make it work, it is just that. It is just a physical form that has not been given any task to do. So, as part of this, you must remember that the old saying, my body is my temple, is quite true. Because depending what path you are on, you have to look after this physical form no matter what. Because it is your vehicle in this life. It is what gets you from A to B. It is what allows you to interact with other vehicles by taking you physically to places or to help create things, to help to do things, to make sounds for you. So, this is the thing when you look at how much work your body does for you, this vehicle, then you realize that you really should be taking better care of it. This is one thing, as you notice, this one is starting to hiccup and burp because he has not eaten today. He's not eaten properly today. And so we will be remedying that once we finish this. But as all of you, many of you are rushing around trying to help everybody else. And this depletes your energy because unless you remain connected to the divine source energy in one way or another, you will be depleted. And we are saying you are never disconnected from the source energy, but it is the intensity of that connection that defines whether or not your energy is functioning in a proper way. Because, especially as a healer, if you are giving off energy to another person, then you should be replacing it with a divine energy so that you are not depleted. Many healers use their own energy, and it is incorrect, and in fact quite dangerous because it will then put you into, as we call it, a healing crisis and then into a proper illness because you are depleting your energy, which helps you, as we've said, keeping you in this physical form. And also, it helps you to rejuvenate your physical form because your energy as a healer rejuvenates your body as you are giving healing to others. But if you are only giving energy out from yourself, you are depleting your energy stores. So we would ask that you change your practice if you aren't already doing this, that you allow the divine energy to flow through you to give energy healing to the person in front of you rather than using your own. There are many other modalities, even shamans who will replenish their energy by working with spirits so that they are not depleted. And this is because they know that they must replace their physical energy, their spirit energy, so that their physical form is healthy. Because you can eat as much as you want, you can drink as much as you want, and if you do not work this way, then you will be depleted, you will become ill, your body will be overworked. And this is why we ask that in the first instance, when you are in a place of healing for others, you use that connection to the divine energy. This is very easy if many of you have not done it. You see your heart energy connecting to the divine energy through your crown chakra, through the top of your head, as if it's a pillar of light. And you bring that energy down into your heart energy. You send that energy from your heart down your hands and send it into the person. And then everything else that you need to do, you can carry on doing, but you allow that flow of divine energy to come through this way. Some of you may feel better if the whole of your body is filled with this energy and that you send that energy as a whole through the whole of your body. But whichever way you are doing it, you should be using this divine energy rather than your physical energy. Even the ascended masters use this method, no matter who they are and who they have been. And so we ask you now to move on to your diet. Now, this is one of the things that a lot of people are worrying about. What we ask is that if you are eating food that is not good for you in the general mindset, that you set the intention before you eat your meal that you only take in that which is nutritious and good for you, nutritious and good for your body, and therefore anything else is just let go. Now, many people do this by blessing their food, or as we have just said, ask that you only take in that which is good for you. These methods are always ways to help that only the most nutritious things come from your food. So if you are unable to buy certain things, that you will always get the best from the food that you are having. And everything else is just let go through your natural physical process. What we would also ask is you increase your liquid, your water intake, because many of you are not drinking enough water. We know that sometimes water is hard to drink because it has no taste and you would like to have some taste. So we would ask that you mix it with something like some sort of juice, or if you have to, some sort of flavouring. But again, we would ask that you try and pick something that is more hydrating. So something that helps you to take in that water. So there are many things that you can do. You can put in, as we say, something that is a healthy cordial into that juice as you drink it. But we'd ask you to cut down how much you put in, because many of you, we know, like to have a very strong taste. And this tells us that what is happening in your body is that it is depleted. Because if your taste buds need to be really, really stimulated, it means that you are not able to take in the nutrients that you are supposed to, because your body is saying, I need more, I need more, I need more. So if you change your diet so that you hydrate yourself, this will help your body to function when it does take in food. Because the more you drink, the more your body is hydrated, the more your energy will flow easily. But also when it comes to the food intake, it helps you to digest your food easier, because it is almost like if you do not drink enough, you are churning your food around in a dry space. So if you drink more, it is easier for it to churn up that food and then for the rest of the body to pull out what it needs. So then it can follow the natural processes that your body follows. The science behind all this, if you want to read about it, there are plenty of books out there. But in the simplest terms is the more you drink, the easier it is for your food to be broken down, and it's easier for your body to absorb it and process it so you can use it to keep yourself healthy. Now, we also want to move on to mindset. And the thing is that what a lot of you are doing is you are falling into negativity. We realize it's a very, very heavy time because of the things that are happening in the world. But we want to ask you to give yourself a rest from it by getting yourself into a space of peace and serenity. There are many meditations out there that you can do to use this energy of peace and serenity. Get yourself into that space so you can relax, you can breathe, and you can just let yourself free of all the bombardment and the anger and the upset. Because this too puts stress on your body. Because if you're angry from the inside, it sends energetic toxins through your body. And if others are angry around you, it sends their energetic toxins into your body. So this is why one of the greatest things to help you, we call it grounding and protecting. And grounding your energy as if you are a tree is a very simple way of doing it. Many experienced meditators still use this method. They see themselves becoming a tree from their heart, roots going into the earth, and then the other way from their heart upwards, so that they create branches and leaves of a tree so they can absorb the divine energy and they can absorb the earth energy, and the two energies make them a tree. They are in peace and they're protected. But if you need a bit of extra protection, you can ask the archangels to create a space around you, or you can see yourself in a bubble. But we would recommend that you always set up your space before you meditate so that you are in a peaceful place. You are not bombarded by energies. So that as you meditate, as you let go of that which you do not want, it is only your stuff that you are working with rather than being bombarded by other people's things. And again, as you do the meditation and relax, you ask that anything you do not need is changed to healing for you, or that it just changes to peace and serenity. And just try that method, that as you breathe in peace and serenity, and as you breathe out, any energy you do not need changes to healing and peace and serenity, so that your bubble is filled with this energy, but also the space around you is filled with this energy. And so these are just simple little tips for now. You can go into more detail, you can do more research on these things, but I'm just touching on a few little pointers that you can do for self-care. Now, one of the biggest things is people around you. And this is something that many people struggle with. And what you must understand is that it is just as important to make sure that the people around you are not draining your energy, expecting too much of you, or even making you ill. Now, this is something that many of you may go, oh, but I'm a healer. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. This is my role. It may be your role when you are working, but when you are in your everyday life, you should be in peace and serenity. And now I say, I'm using the word should be. Whether you are is something that you have to work on, because the people around you will define the energy. If you're living by yourself, you must make sure that the space you are living in is peaceful and serene, clear of heavy energy. And this is a constant housekeeping task, as you do with cleaning your physical home, so you must do with cleaning your energetic home. And then when you encounter people, your energy should not be open. It should be grounded and protected. So before you leave the home, you should ask that your chakras are closed. You should ask that you're put in a protective bubble, that you have a cloak of protection around you. And you can ask your guardian angel or one of the archangels to do this for you. Or if you have a particular deity, ask them to do it for you. But so long as you put these barriers up to protect yourself, because this also is something that as an energy worker, a light worker, you find that you will have trouble with. You will be like a sponge. You will absorb everything around you. And that is why you are in a clean space when you are living, and also you are in a clean space when you go out and about. So this is why we ask you to ground and protect. Now there may be people who you encounter who are angry, so you may want to ask that your bubble sends healing out to these people as you move around. You may ask that you don't encounter angry people. These are other little intentions that you can set before you leave the home. It's whatever you feel is appropriate for you. But we ask that you try to take better care of yourselves, because you cannot take care of someone if your own cup is empty. You cannot offer something if your own cup is empty. And especially you can't offer something if what is in your cup is not very nice. So you must make sure that what you are offering is clean, clear energy, rather than that what you are sending out into the world is your own anger and upset. This is why we are talking about self-care and maintenance. So we have covered some small points. You must drink more water. You must bless your food, or at least ask that your food only gives you what is good for it. You must ask to be protected from the energy of others, and make sure that your own energy is clear. But the biggest one is you must connect to the divine energy when you are healing others, or when you're interacting with others as part of your role as a light worker, so that you are not depleting your own energy and keeping your physical and energetic bodies healthy. So we hope that we have covered at least a little bit of what you need to look at for self-care. So we will say goodbye for now. So, thank you for those wonderful tips. Many of you may already know these things, but it's a good reminder for us all to start taking better care of ourselves. Because it's a reminder for me, to get more sleep, and also to shut that laptop off at a certain time with working, and try and watch something that I really want to watch, rather than something that is part of work and I shouldn't be doing after a certain time of night. So goodbye for now.